Hello, welcome back. Today I'm actually going to teach you trigonometry. Hello, welcome back. Hello, welcome back. Today I'm going to teach you trigonometry. Okay, so in my community posts or my videos, I typed in to do the trigonometry or something, right? Advanced trigonometry, but I'm sorry, I'm not going to do advanced trigonometry. I'm just going to do normal trigonometry. I'm sorry for that. I think it is advanced, but this is just like normal trigonometry. So we're gonna learn this, okay? So right here, right? So we're gonna learn about vectors. Vectors is part of geometry, but vectors are also part of trigonometry. So let's say this, right? This passed to the point, right? The arrow is for facing at -1, -8, right? And its initial starting point is 0, 0, right? So how do you calculate this? So when we use the distance formula, right? The distance formula right here, right? It's SD equals to square root of parentheses x2 minus x1 squared, parentheses squared plus parentheses y2 minus y1 parentheses squared, right? And right, so what do you do? So using this formula, the distance formula, we'll plug in x2 and y2 do as minus, so we can do x2 as -1 and y2 as -8, as you can see here, right? And we can actually, well, what we can actually do is that we can do what's this, so it'd be like -1 minus 0 squared plus parentheses -8 minus 0 squared, right? So now we need to evaluate in the parentheses. It would be the square root of -1 squared plus -8 squared, right? So now people will point out here, do we, since there's a plus and there's parentheses minus, right? So do you really have to subtract it? No. So this might be shocking for some people, right? Like if there's a plus here, minus here, then doesn't that mean that since it's different signs, you need to subtract? No, it's actually different in geometry or something, right? The reason is because it's like if you're ever familiar with the quadratic equations, then you'll know. For example, I have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, right? So this is ninth grade. So this is all 10th grade, but the quadratic equations is ninth grade, so it'll be easy to know that. Okay, so sorry, I'm gonna take the 0 off, right? So now in x squared, right? Right, you do not multiply x then a, you have to do x squared, right? This is just like that, right? The reason is because, for example, since you have plus and minus here, you do not do minus, right? You do not make it a minus, right? It's always going to stay plus. You first do, the reason is because you first do -8 squared, right? -8 squared, right? Which would be positive 64, right? Then you do plus and plus, right? Plus and plus makes plus, right? Same sign as that, right? And in here it'll be -1 squared, right? Now you need to evaluate this, right? -1 squared is positive 1, we all know this, right? So like 7th or 8th to 9th grade or whatever, right? So now what we have to do is 1, so the square root of 1 plus 64, right? Square root of 1 plus 64, right? Which will result in the square root of 65. So this is the answer. So let's say if we have to factor this out, it'd be 13 and 5. Let's say there's 13 and 5 to factor out, right? Since 13 times 5 is 65. And then how could you factor 13 and 5 and make it, right? How do you factor 13? How do you factor 5? That's what I'm saying. So now you know how you do this, right? This is the part of trigonometry, right? Now let's see here, right? This is S, right? And this is T, right? Now you do S plus T. This is actually adding vectors. Sorry if I didn't put subtracting vectors. This is actually adding the vectors, right? So how do we do this actually? What do we really do? So to solve this, we do. So what we actually do is the answer is just like 3 3. Oh no, is it 3 3? Oh, sorry about that. So the answer is, right here you have. So the answer will be just 2 -9. The reason is because it actually lands on 2 -9. So if there's any, and so you don't have to do all the work when it passes through 0, right? This actually passes as an initial starting point of 0, right? Then it passes through on, right? If a vector ever has this, then just recognize like it goes to the air, then it goes this, and then that's actually the starting. Then that's what. So actually in a vector, right? Whatever this arrow, right? The open arrow, right? Without touching any other arrow, right? This arrow right here in my mouse, right? This arrow right here, right? Whatever that touches in is actually the answer, right? You don't have to do all that work, right? But let's say the initial starting point is not 0, right? It's not 0. It's from something else in either of these 4 quadrants with the exception of 0, right? Then you need to do all the work, right? And you might be thinking this is just too easy stuff, right? But in my other and when I go on to my videos for next, then you're gonna see how hard it would be, right? So now let's do this, right? So this example is just like from the bottom, except we need to like factor out. So for example, you just do 3 minus 0, which is 3. 3 minus 0, which is 3, right? And do 3 squared plus 3 squared, which is 9 plus 9, which is 18, right? It'll be the square root of 18, if you use the distance formula. I just explained it fast, but just like move backwards in the video and just like write in your notebooks or from what I said, something great. So now let's factor 18, right? So it's 6 times 3. Sorry, this isn't the greatest common factor, but it's just like that. Right? 6 and 3, right? 3 and 2 could be the one, right? And let's say if 18 could also be 9, right? 9 and times 2. This could be a factor as a 3 and 3, right? But this is different. This has 2, this has 3, right? But it's okay to use. So like you originally do 3 square root 2, right? That's how you get the answer, right? So that's the answer, right? If you want to recognize M, right? This is M right here. It kind of sounds like this vector adding subtracting vectors right here. That's okay. Let's just not talk about that. So this is M, right? This is how you find out the magnitude of the vector, right? M means magnitude, right? So it's 3. There's square root of 2, right? So that's how we factor it out. That's the answer for the question. So today we have solved 3 things or something. We have recognized what is magnitude, what is vector, and all that, right? So this is I don't know if this is a short video or not, right? So we have learned all that, right? So have a nice day. I'm gonna next video will probably be about like physics basic intro, right? That's that. In the first it'll probably be simple and probably go a bit hard or something. The next, right? So bye. Have a nice day. Take care. Goodbye.